or at least 6 members for that matter. Thereafter, we'll call Honorable Junet Mohammed to reply. Millie Odhiambo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, just so that I know how I organize my thoughts, how many minutes do we have?
You have 5.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, thank you for giving us this opportunity because we didn't have an opportunity the last time. But I want to indicate that it's very difficult to talk of Baba in the past tense, though we know that he is mortal and we knew that he would die at some point.
Hold on, Millie. There's a point of order from Tongoyo. What is it?
Well, Honorable Speaker, I'm sorry for this interrupting. It is not related to what she's saying, but I just want to follow up to what the professor wanted. Having seen the complicity of what is happening in Moyale, I need your indulgence, Speaker. I think probably we need to have a joint visit together, our committee and the Committee of Mining, because this is the miners and probably even trade.
Write to my office, I'll consider. Okay. Go on, Millie.
Mr. Speaker, Baba was larger than life, and it's a reason that it's very difficult to imagine his demise. And Mr. Speaker, when I speak with very many people, you discover that they have not come to terms with the fact that Baba is no more. Mr. Speaker, I have engaged with several politicians and leaders, even those who are vehemently opposed him in the past. But very interestingly, you find that Baba had such a big impact in their political life. He held the hands of many people. Mr. Speaker, Baba embodied the values that are dear to me and to many Kenyans. He embodied justice, equality, human rights, non-discrimination, inclusion, including ethnic inclusion, and also the inclusion of women, youth, and marginalized, and also differently abled persons. Mr. Speaker, his inclusive nature sometimes played out even against his own ethnic community. Mr. Speaker, in this House I've seen times when Baba has actually sacrificed a qualified Luo in order to include a minority, Mr. Speaker. I know, for instance, without naming names, that in the past election body, Mr. Speaker, that actually did happen. Mr. Speaker, some young people have seen who have largely misunderstood Baba and have been talking against Baba. But Mr. Speaker, in due season, they will actually learn. When our politics unfolds, they will learn that Baba held a significant part in the politics of this country. And one day they will understand the sacrifices that he made that many of us have never made and we're not likely to make. Mr. Speaker, Baba also invested in the mentorship of people with potential, a fact that was even recently acknowledged by Wamunyoro, even though he also had to throw a jibe against other members of parliament, which is unfortunate. But he did acknowledge that Baba identified potential in people like me, a very good lawyer, a very good politician. I didn't know my potential until Baba brought me here with a nomination. So, bad girl, Mr. Speaker, as a member is shouting. I am a beneficiary of his benevolence, and so are many people here. Mr. Speaker, Baba guided me through very difficult political challenges, and as politicians, we at times weather great storms that are known to many, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, at one time during my first term in office, the swords and daggers that were drawn against me were too heavy, Mr. Speaker, that are actually unknown to many people. Wrote a letter of resignation as a member of Parliament of Mbita. Mr. Speaker, took my letter of resignation to Baba. And Baba spoke to me and held my hand as a daughter and talked to me and guided me and told me that he believes in my ability to fight those battles. And Mr. Speaker, I am serving my 4th term because Baba held my hands even in those difficult moments. Mr. Speaker, I also wish to indicate that I am very happy and glad that I got the opportunity to say goodbye to Baba 2 days before he left. And we know that he's not coming back again. And I'm glad that his best song also happens to be my mother's best song, the Jamaican song. Mr. Speaker, each of us has a purpose, a God-given purpose in life. Baba knew his purpose. He lived his purpose. He served his purpose. What about us? Even when we are politicians here in the House. And I'm glad at the way Baba was celebrated, not only in Kenya, but globally. And for the people who doubted who Baba was, I can tell you for a fact that in our lifetime, no other leader will ever be celebrated the way Baba was celebrated. Joey! Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Jen Kihara.
Mr. Speaker, I rise on the same tone of saying that Baba was a great man. May he rest well. I happened to serve in this house with Baba in the 9th Parliament, with you, Mr. Speaker. So at least I have that advantage of knowing him. But Mr. Speaker, Baba will be remembered for many things, for his unwavering commitment to democracy and human rights. He was selfless and a great patriot. Baba was instrumental at the start of my politics. Mr. Speaker, you remember the NAC movement when my husband was in the hospital and I'm the one who was campaigning. I went to Mwenge House. I told the officials there that I need somebody to come to Naivasha and campaign for my husband. Because we had a Safina candidate who was strong and my husband was also strong. We realized we were going to split that vote. So Baba came and did 2 meetings that were so great, which changed the tide. Mr. Speaker, when it was my turn to be elected in the by-election, Mama Ida Odiga came to campaign for me. She brought a whole battery of women politicians to campaign for me. So what I remember him for is that our house or our family owe him a lot. Mr. Speaker, when my husband's body was coming from South Africa, it was only Baba who came to meet the body. And he made sure that my husband's body did not go to the cargo terminal, but the passenger's terminal. That's where he received the body. Mr. Speaker, at the funeral, Baba was available to come for my husband's funeral. So I remember him for many things. May he rest well. He has worked so hard. And like Honorable Millie says, I don't think there is any leader who has been buried with dignity the way Baba has been buried. I was here when the founding father died. I've been around when we have lost those great men, but none of them has been buried the way Baba has been buried. So may I give my condolences to the family of Baba, ODM fraternity, and all Kenyans for the respect they showed that great statement. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Robert Mbui.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I also take this opportunity to also pay tribute to the late Right Honorable RAILA ONDINGA, Kenya's biggest defender of human rights and the rule of law. Mr. Speaker, I got the news of Baba's passage when I was in London with my party leader. We had gone to meet a few Kenyans out there, and he quickly cut short his trip and came back. I remained because of the engagements that were there, but also had opportunity to mourn him and celebrate his life with Kenyans in London, in a place called Thatchtown. So I did what I could by bringing together the Kenyans there. But Mr. Speaker, I was with Baba in 2022 in Washington, D.C., just before the last election. And when I got there with him, he had to also cut short his trip to come back because the late Honorable His Excellency Mwai Kibaki had passed on. And so this was the second time I was out with a prominent leader in this country, and then somebody passed on. And I'm even scared now of traveling, Mr. Speaker, because I mean, it really touched me, because I was wondering what happened. I traveled with Baba, Kibaki passed on. I traveled with Kalonzo, Baba passes on. So I've also been asking for prayer so that it doesn't affect me. Mr. Speaker, I want to say that many people have eulogized Baba and know him from maybe what they read in books. Because Baba, is battled, detention without trial. He's battled bullets. He's battled tear gas. But Mr. Speaker, I am one of those that has actually been in the trenches with Baba. For the last time, since I was elected from 2013, I have been with Baba. We've supported him 2013, 2017, 2022. And Mr. Speaker, I'm actually a living casualty. And I have a permanent injury, that I achieved or I got when I was in the trenches with Baba. So when I eulogize Baba, I'm eulogizing someone that I believed in, someone that I know had the interest of Kenyans at heart and fought so that Kenya can be a better place. Mr. Speaker, in the remembrance of Baba, the Wipe Up Patriotic Front that I represent in the House, and the community of elders from where I come from, which is Mount Kenya South, that is Lower Eastern, we will be actually going to pay our tribute to the family and the family of Baba on Thursday this week. And Mr. Speaker, this is because when we had the funeral, my party leader could not get enough time to eulogize a person that he has stood with for the longest time. I mean, 3 political seasons. And so he got like a minute or two, and the deputy president was pushing him and telling him, you have to hurry up, and he wasn't able to do what he wanted to do. So we are going to go there on Thursday so that we can pay proper tribute. But Mr. Speaker, I just want to say that in remembrance of Baba, I want to caution those that keep talking about Baba and having negative connotations. They are leaders, and I will start with the governor of Nyeri. Mr. Speaker, I was not happy when I heard the comments that the governor of Nyeri made, because the governor of Nyeri implied that it was a positive thing for Baba to have died. That is a shameful act, and that is something that we condemn in the strongest possible terms. Mr. Speaker, I've also had another leader from Sugoi who recently said that, now going into the next election, he has no competition because Baba has passed on. That one is also shameful and cannot be condoned. So, Mr. Speaker, as we lay this great leader to rest, let us caution leaders to be careful the things they say, because Baba stood for justice. Baba stood for fairness. And, Mr. Speaker, some of those that have been trampling and fighting Baba, even when his body was brought, they were still shooting our children. So, Mr. Speaker, I want to say, long live the spirit of Baba.
Tongoyo.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and I want to thank you for giving me an opportunity to pay our tributes to a great leader ever lived. I could not get the opportunity last time because of what was happening in town. And Honorable Speaker, it is with profound respect and heartfelt emotion that I rise to pay the tribute to a touring statesman, a Pan-Africanist, a gallant son of the Kenyan, and a symbol of resilience, the Right Honorable RAILA Amolo Odinga. Mr. Speaker, Honorable RAILA's life has been a long and courageous journey in the pursuit of justice, democracy, equality for all Kenyans. From the dark days of detention to the bright dawns of reform, he remained steadfast, never losing faith in the dream of a better Kenya he believed in. For us in Narok, and indeed across the Marland, Raila Odinga stood as a friend and an ally. He championed devolution, inclusivity, and empowerment of marginalized communities, ensuring that every Kenyan, no matter their origin, tribe, or faith, had a seat at the table of national development. His voice echoed the cry of the ordinary citizens and his vision embraced the unity of our great republic. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Raila Odinga taught us that leadership is not about power, but about service. That patriotism is not in words, but in action. And that peace, even after the fierce political storm, remains the highest gift we can offer to our children. As we celebrate his enduring legacy, may we honor him not only with our words, but with our continued commitment to the ideals he stood for. And on behalf of the people of the Narok West and Narok Omagh, we convey our deepest respect and gratitude, and may his example continue to guide us. May his spirit of courage and unity forever live in our hearts. May God bless this family, and God bless the Republic of Kenya. And Honorable Speaker, it's true, and I was reading today, I think in some of the print media, saying that even in his last resting place, Raila may continue even to influence the politics of Kenya. And I'm sure that probably in our lifetime, we may not get a leader like him. And just want to pray that we all, some of us who are alive, we emulate the good deeds that Raila taught us. May his soul rest in eternal peace.
Maungu.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity, at least to pay tribute to an icon that rested. It was not, I wasn't fortunate to give my eulogies last time, but thank you for that opportunity. Mr. Speaker, the man we are talking about today was a great man, a man that lived in a lifetime. And one thing that came out clearly was that this is a man that was celebrated across the political divide. Them that looked at him as dangerous celebrated him. Them that celebrated him, Mr. Speaker, did actually celebrate him more. So I must say that before I joined politics, I used to admire the person of Raila Odinga. I used to admire the way he used to connect with people. I admired the way he fought for this country and believed in a better Kenya. I admired a man who, Mr. Speaker, was very forgiving. And upon coming into parliament and coming into politics, I got to know him much better. He's a man that was full of love, a man that actually wanted the best for this country, Mr. Speaker. Many of the gains we celebrate today as a country, and all this can never be talked about without mentioning the name of one, Raila Odinga. Mr. Speaker, in Luanda, where I represent, majority of the people there really loved the great man that we lost. And his demise was a great blow to my people and the great people of this country, Mr. Speaker. And therefore, I must say that as my minority leader, Whip, said, Mr. Speaker, maybe in our lifetime, we may not witness a man who will be celebrated, a man who will be recalled, such as the one we talked about, Mr. Speaker. In his lifetime, Mr. Speaker, the late Raila Odinga fought poverty, talked about that it's all about poverty, the enemy of the people. He talked about, Mr. Speaker, bad governance. Mr. Speaker, he talked about corruption as an ill that ate our country, Mr. Speaker. And I believe that he may have gone, but the crown lives on, Mr. Speaker, that as we remain, we should remember to fight the very things that he stood for, Mr. Speaker. Tribalism has been a great cancer in this country, Mr. Speaker. As leaders of the present moment, we should be able to come forward and fight tribalism. Mr. Speaker, corruption is an equally big matter that Mzee Raila Odinga really fought. And as leaders, we must be able to live that dream. We must be able to propagate that dream and ensure that in our spaces, in our areas, Mr. Speaker, we are able to fight corruption. Mr. Speaker, this is a man that looked at Kenya as a country full of love. I look at the last arrangement that he had with the with His Excellency the President, Mr. Speaker. No one ever believed, no one ever thought, even understood what idea Mzee Raila Odinga had. But from what we can see, Mr. Speaker, he actually kind of had a premonition that Kenya was in turmoil and needed to come together. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, on my own behalf and that of the great people of Rwanda, Mr. Speaker, I must say that we shall forever miss Mzee. We shall forever be able to carry on his name because he actually fought for this country in the right way. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Wamshomba.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
allow me to join my colleagues to speak about our fallen hero, our father, the father of the nation for generation. And Mr. Speaker, it is very unfortunate that when I was growing up as a young girl, I grew up knowing Raila Odinga as a politically bad man. We were told stories about him, narratives around his life, and we were made to believe that he was a very bad man. Luckily, Mr. Speaker, when I was elected in last parliament in this house, through my interaction with very many leaders in this house, like the Honorable Junet Mohammed and the Honorable Millie Odhiambo, when we formed a coalition around BBI, an initiative around BBI, I got an opportunity to share a table with Baba. I remember that one very evening when he hosted me in Karen over a drink to demystify the BBI narratives. And he asked me a question about my one man, 1 shilling push within the BBI. To my shock, Mr. Speaker, I did not know that Baba was that very understanding man. He lent me his ear, listened to me, expounded his opinion, swayed my opinion, and made friendship with this little girl from Githunguri. And from that day on, I was very proud to even have Baba's phone number saved on my phone. I want to speak about how we package political narratives, especially for us, the political class. We have demonized people who don't deserve to be demonized. We have branded people the wrong tags who don't deserve to be given such tags. I know, as I speak, there are so many people wondering, is this the same Wamushamba speaking well out Baba? When we campaigned around Baba's personality to win votes, I think it's time. Baba's story should teach us how we should be speaking politically, even when we are competing for votes. Politics is not worth tarnishing people's images, targeting people's families, and ruining people's social image. As Baba rests, this is a challenge to the political class, I included. Politics is a game, but life is a process. Rest in peace, Baba. And life is sacred. Thank you.
Junet, you have 20 minutes. If you will not exhaust your 20 minutes, you can donate to those who are raising their hands.
Mr. Speaker, I have a statement to read, but I can donate 2 minutes to Rene and 2 minutes to Peter Masara and 2 minutes to Mawate. 6 minutes. The rest I need to...
Can you tell me the names again? First 2 minutes to...
Rene Mayaka, Peter Masara, Mawade. Those are 6 minutes. And Bensouda, 2 minutes. Kagushia is tomorrow.
Okay. Mayaka, 2 minutes. Immediately thereafter, Masara, 2 minutes. Mawade, 2 minutes. Bensouda, 2 minutes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for this opportunity. And
that means you are left with 12 minutes.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, and to my minority leader as well for this opportunity. Let me take this opportunity to express my sincere condolences to the family of the Right Honorable Prime Minister, to also just salute the man who, because of him, I have an opportunity to even stand on this floor, because he held my hand, he withered and watered my potential as a young woman in politics. And Honorable Speaker, also on behalf of all the daughters of Raila in the entire country, and the young members of ODM and the members of Nyamira, to also pass my condolences and appreciate the man that we called Baba, because Baba, Honorable Speaker, was not just a political icon. He was my political father, he was my mentor, and is the reason why I have the strength to be able to serve in a political space. And Honorable Speaker, I just want to say, as I said once before in this House, that from 2018, I have worn two wristbands in my hand. One that is Kenya, and the other one a blue one that is indicated Daughters of Raila, in honor of a man that gave me the opportunity to have a political career. Thank you.
Professor Anna Masara. Take heart. Give Honorable Masara 2 minutes, Masara.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, according to us, we mourn for 40 days, but we will mourn Raila forever and ever. But personally, I'm celebrating Raila Odinga, because without him, I would have not been where I am today. My leadership style, I borrowed from him. When I was in high school, and people were fighting for multi-party democracy, there was a day the late Jaramogi was to visit Godokwer, and I was in Mugori Boys, and all roads were blocked. Raila himself came to Migori Boys and gave us instruction. We went through what he told us, and Jaramogi went to Godokwer. Thereafter, I was inspired with the courage he had, and throughout his entire life, Mr. Speaker, I've been a follower of Raila Odinga. When I got the message of his death, I told my family that Kenya will never be the same again. Generation and generation will live. They'll call and talk about Raila. Unfortunately, as a human, he will not be there, but the spirit will live forever. Whatever he has done to this country, let us, those who are still in leadership, pursue the spirit of devolution, the spirit of inclusivity. And finally, Mr. Speaker, allow me to thank His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Ruto. What he did to us, especially followers of Raila, we will never forget. How I wish those who were members of Asimio take a scenario if we were on the street, Raila died in India, what will have happened? We thank.
Your 2 minutes are over. Mawade.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and Minority Leader, for giving me an opportunity today to talk about Baba. We started Baba a long time ago while I was still in Dallas, Texas. He would come to Dallas, and we would accompany him to Houston, Texas, where we would also meet with the likes of Dacho Wongudu, Ocho, and the rest, and all the way to Minnesota, doing what politicians are supposed to do: fight for the people. All these rights that we are enjoying, supposed to be 2 minutes. All these rights that we are enjoying are thanks to Baba. The multi-party that we are enjoying right now, the freedom of speech, freedom to assemble. I remember when Baba was coming back from a foreign trip, and Baba, the likes of Babu Owino, Aladwa, and Simba Arati, we got together, and Baba was welcomed home in a very, very nice way. Baba, our Baba, the Baba that we supported from 2013, 2017, and 2022.
Are his 2 minutes over? Your time is up. Give him 1 minute.
Baba. Anyway, this is the person that we supported for, and I voted for in 2013, in 2017, in 2022, deputized by my party leader, Honorable Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. Baba will not be forgotten. He knows how to fight for the people's rights. I remember when we went to IBC, we sat down on the tarmac and we were being mocked by the people who thought that the people should have less rights than we should. Even during the swearing in, I remember Simbarati and I and Babu we got together the day before, and we will really miss Baba. Baba, we will forever miss you. Santi.
Bensouda.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. May His Right Honorable Raila Odinga rest in peace. Raila Odinga was God sent. When I come to my political limelight, when nominations were held, as I was campaigning, when I resigned to be the CC for roads in Kisumu County, it was hardly 2 years that I left Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology. I was told that I'm wasting time. That is the politicians that we have today. Your certificate for nomination is gone. You wait. We shall see where to put you. Carelessly narrated to me. Went into my nerves. I looked for Baba. I traveled up to Joff, where he was addressing all lecturers of all universities in this country. I shared with Baba my heart in his ear, and he gave me a hearing. Jacom told me, who has given them the certificate? Go and campaign. I'm behind you. I campaigned using one pickup as people laughed at me around in Homa Bay County, as people were celebrating in other quarters. I was determined by his word, Honorable Speaker. I was not given a direct ticket in Homa Bay County. I want to confidently put it in Hansard that I was taken through nomination and people voted for me. Honorable Speaker, it even pains me that even the day that result was to be delayed, I was thoroughly tear-gassed, but I said I would live in the...
Time up, Mama Bensouda. Thank you. You are off Hansard.
I would like to say, Honorable Speaker, as politicians of today, we must be resilient. We must be focused. We must be truly there for the people of Kenya. We must put tribalism aside. We must be honest. We must be transparent. We must nurture and mentor the young ones. We must solidly move on as leaders of this country without betrayal. Honorable Speaker, I will have time to mourn Honorable Raila Odinga. May his soul rest in eternal peace. He remains in my heart forever. Honorable Speaker, I thank you so much. I thank you so much. Joey!
Thank you. Jeanette.
I beg to reply on the motion that was tabled before the House. Motion to eulogize my leader, my departed leader, the Right Honorable former Prime Minister Raila Amolo Odinga. Honorable Speaker, I thank you for granting me the opportunity to pay tribute to one of the greatest sons of our Republic, the late Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. At the outset, Mr. Speaker, allow me to acknowledge the President of the Republic of Kenya, His Excellency William Samoei Ruto, the Deputy President, the Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Wetangula, and members of both houses, Mr. Speaker, and indeed the entire nation who joined us as a party in mourning and celebrating a man whose life defined courage, sacrifice, and patriotism. Honorable Speaker, Kenya continues to stand united in grief. We have lost a statesman, a reformer, and one of the foremost architects of our democratic journey, RAILA Amolo Odinga, who was not merely a political leader, he was a movement, a vision, and a symbol of Kenya's enduring quest for justice and equality, Mr. Speaker. His story is interwoven with the soul of our nation, from the struggle for multi-party democracy to the birth of devolution, from the fight for electoral justice to the pursuit of national unity. Raila's journey was one of the extraordinary sacrifice, from the dark dungeon of political detention to the bright halls of leadership. He endured suffering, persecution, and humiliation, yet he never surrendered his belief in a better Kenya. He stood firm when it was dangerous to do so, and gave a voice to the voiceless when silence would have been safer, Mr. Speaker. Honorable Speaker, to many, he was Baba, the father of democracy. To me, the late Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga was more than a leader. He was a friend, a mentor, a father figure, a man whose wisdom shaped my political journey and whose courage inspired my convictions. He guided me with patience, challenged me to think beyond self, and taught me that leadership in service anchored in integrity and compassion. He was the mentor who believed in me when I doubted myself, the father figure who offered guidance with kindness, and the friend who stood with me in both triumph and trial. His counsel was steady, his humor was disarming, and his faith in people unwavering. Honorable Speaker, sir, Raila Odinga believed that leadership is not about privilege, but about purpose. Not about position, but about service. His politics transcended tribe and party. He envisioned a Kenya where every citizen, regardless of background, could find dignity, opportunity, and belonging, Mr. Speaker. That I can testify, Mr. Speaker. Through his advocacy for devolution, he empowered communities and brought government closer to the people. Through his lifelong commitment to dialogue, epitomized by the famous handshake and currently the broad-based government arrangement, he reminded us that peace is not the absence of conflict, but the presence of justice and reconciliation. He taught us that unity is not weakness, but statesmanship. Mr. Speaker, sir, to millions of Kenyans, he was simply Baba, a father not only to his family, but to generations who drew hope and courage from his resilience. Whether in Kibra, Kisumu, Garissa, or Turkana, he connected with ordinary citizens with humility and sincerity. He championed the struggle of workers, farmers, and the youth, standing fiercely for the marginalized and forgotten. His dream was a Kenya that works for all his children, regardless of tribe, region, or station in life. Honorable Speaker, to the youth of this nation, Raila Amolo Odinga was more than a leader. He was an idea that truth must be spoken to power, that the fight for justice never ends, that Kenya can and must be better. His life challenges us in his house and beyond to rise above partisanship and continue building the Kenya he envisaged, or united, prosperous, and free. Mr. Speaker, sir, we thank Mama Aida Odinga, his children, the entire Odinga family, for sharing him with the nation and for standing steadfastly beside him through the storms of history. His sacrifices was not his alone. He bore them with grace and dignity. As we continue to mourn his passing, Let us also rise to the challenge he leaves behind to make Kenya a nation anchored on justice, unity, and truth. Let us move forward with the courage, compassion, and conviction that Raila Odinga so valiantly exemplified. Mr. Speaker, sir, the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga have departed from our sight. But his dream for Kenya will never die. His legacy will forever echo in these chambers, in the streets where the people once chanted his name, and in the hearts of all who believe in freedom, justice, and equality. Fare thee well, Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, Baba, the people's president, the father of democracy, and the external flame of Kenyans' conscience. Mr. Speaker, I conclude by saying that, Mr. Speaker, we have lost a leader, a friend, who was also your friend. Mr. Speaker, you have worked with Raila. I can testify that. You were with him many, many years in politics, but you have partnered majorly in the elections of 2013, you have partnered of 2017, Mr. Speaker, and I know you are very close to him also. I used to find...
We always watched Arsenal together.
I'm coming to that, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
I have joined you people many times in restaurants in Karen and some other places, watching together the Arsenal, team playing, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, this was a very friendly man. This was a man who did not address people because they are from this community or that community. He used to keep everyone close because he's a Kenyan. Mr. Speaker, I don't want to speak about my journey with him. You know, Mr. Speaker, where I came from, and you know when I visited you in Malakisi, how I was looking like, and how I look like today, Mr. Speaker. If you put those photos next to each other, you know. Mr. Speaker, I came to visit you at your constituency that time. You were the Minister of Foreign Affairs or something, I can remember something like that. And I spent the night with you at your home. So, Mr. Speaker, this is a man who has molded many political, lives, Mr. Speaker. Myself, Mr. Speaker, when I interacted with Honorable Raila Odinga was in the year 2003. And I became a mayor, I wanted to become an MP. Honorable Karoli was a very powerful man in his office, Mr. Speaker, in 2013. He almost denied me a ticket. If it was not Baba, I would not have been in this parliament, Mr. Speaker. Very powerful man, Mr. Speaker, by then, Mr. Speaker. He almost denied me. But Baba stood with me, Mr. Speaker, and said, this is the young man who should be the member of parliament for Suna East, Mr. Speaker. No, there's no correction there, Mr. Speaker. We know what happened.
You are either on a point of order or nothing.
Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker.
What is your point of order, Carol?
Honorable Speaker, it is true I was very powerful, but I was very passionate about my work. The information the Honorable Member is sharing is inaccurate. He actually lost the nomination. I have an affidavit sworn by none other than the Secretary General of the party then, Professor Nyang' Nyong'o, swearing he was not our candidate. That is the correct position.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, now that Honorable Karoli wants clarification, I was running against his uncle, Mr. Speaker, who was 8 years old. And when I defeated him, Mr. Speaker, Honorable Karoli brought family issues now to ODM issues, Mr. Speaker. And I defeated him because even in the subsequent election, that was in the nomination. In the real election now, the uncle took another party ticket, another party. And I defeated him in the general election, Mr. Speaker. If he was so popular, he would have won, Mr. Speaker, that. But anyway, Mr. Speaker, that is not what brought us today here.
We'll leave it there.
We'll leave it there.
Order.
Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker.
Order.
Mr. Speaker, it is on record that Honorable Karolias, in his own words, accepted he was a very powerful man. So that confirms the sufferings that I went through his hands, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, let us mourn Baba. Let us mourn Baba because he was a man who stood for justice. And I can confirm here, if it was not him, I would not have been given the ODM ticket. That is the truth. He stood with me. He said, I know. In fact, they brought him a propaganda. How powerful people were he in his office. They went and brought a report that if I am given the ODM ticket, mosques will be burnt, Somalis will be evicted from Bigori. He showed me the report. This is what my officers and my officers are giving me. I told him, Your Excellency, Mr. Prime Minister, you remember I have been the mayor for 10 years. How comes mosques have not been burnt? How come Somalis have not been evicted? Mr. Speaker, that is how Baba was. That is how firm he can stand with the minorities and people who are...
Order, Karoli.
Mr. Speaker, you know Karoli? Mr. Speaker, Karoli comes from Homa Bay.
Eulogize Baba.
We are eulogizing Baba. Karoli comes from Homa Bay, I come from Bigori. Mr. Speaker, let me conclude.
Order.
Let me conclude. Mr. Speaker, let me conclude.
Order, Karoli Omonde. Order, Karoli Omonde. Order, Karoli Omonde. Order, Karoli, you are being disorderly. Order, Karoli Omonde. Order, we are eulogizing a great man. Order, Karoli Omonde. And the two of you, Karoli and Junet, yours truly he has mentored you. Karoli, you know, you worked for me, and you are a decent young man. Junet, you know you have been my friend from 2007. You are a decent young man. Maintain that decency as we eulogize Baba. And no side shows. And the death of the Right Honorable Raila Odinga should not raise collateral passions on the floor of the House. Whatever there is between your neighboring counties, keep it out there. Yes.
I can conclude, because I was just narrating history,
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, but I conclude by saying that we have lost a great man, Mr. Speaker. May the Lord put his soul in eternal rest, Mr. Speaker. We will miss him, and that is, we will remember him, and his spirits will live with us for many, many years to come, Mr. Speaker. And for those whom he has wronged, forgive him, please. Because every human being is to err. And for those who committed crimes against him also, who are here now, please return if there's anything you have done to his family or to himself. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
You beg to move.
I beg to reply, Mr. Speaker. I beg to reply, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable Mureu, sorry, you have no chance. Order. First, what you asked me you want to do is of little relevance to this eulogy. You said you want to recite Harry Belafonte's Jamaica farewell. Order. This is a House of Parliament, Millie. Order. Besides, you have already spoken. Honorable Mureu, everybody knows Harry Belafonte's song that Raila liked. This motion. Honorable Mureu, everybody knows Harry Belafonte's song that Raila liked. And if you don't know, Harry Belafonte was a personal friend of mine. Harry Belafonte was the husband of the great Miriam Makeba. And Harry Belafonte was a great Jamaican that we all know and respect. You are reciting the song here does not invent anything. Let me now put the question at order number 9, which is that following the presidential proclamation issued on 15 October 2025 regarding the passing on of the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga AGH, the former Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya, yes, then EGH, now CGH, posthumously, the former Prime Minister of the Republic of Kenya, and pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 259D1, the tributes of this House be recorded in honor of the late former Prime Minister's contribution in this House, his selfless service to the Republic and the continent of Africa, and for his role in promoting democracy, peace, and stability in Kenya and the region. As members of that opinion say aye. Aye. Will those of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it, and I direct that the additional proceedings of this afternoon, and I direct further that you expunge the exchanges between Junet and Carol Omondi from the Hansard, be prepared and be put as an addendum to the Hansard record that I gave to Mama Ida at the funeral in Bondo, so that we can be able to give the leadership, Junet and Millie, the updated record to present to Mama Ida. Make sure you expunge the trivialities that were seen here between Carol Omondi and Junet Mohammed as to who was powerful, as to who was manipulating tickets, as to who was putting up an angle for a candidate, and all those have little to do with the stature of Raila Amolo Odinga. Next order.
Order number 10, motion, consideration of 10 regulations relating to the petroleum sector.
Gishimu, order, Millie, order. Gishimu, go on.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that this House adopts the report of the Committee on Delegated Registration on its consideration of 10 sets of regulations relating to petroleum sector laid on the table of the House Thursday, 16th October 2025, and pursuant to the provisions of Section 18 of the Statutory Instruments Act, Cap 2A, and standing under 210 4B, announce in entirety the following regulations. 1, the petroleum business licensing and petroleum logistics facility construction permit regulations 2025, legal notice number 95 of 2025. 2, the petroleum licensing or petroleum road transportation business regulations 2025, legal notice number 96 of 2025. 3, the petroleum operating of common petroleum facilities regulations 2025, legal notice number 97 of 2025. 4, the petroleum information statistics regulations 2025, legal notice number 98 of 2025. 5, the petroleum lubricants facility construction and licensing regulations 2025, legal notice number 99 of 2025. 6, the petroleum retail dispensing site construction and licensing regulations 2025, legal notice number 100 of 2025. 7, the petroleum liquefied petroleum gas regulations 2025, legal notice number 101 of 2025. 8, the energy petroleum information and statistics revocation regulations 2025, legal notice number 102 of 2025. 9, the energy retail facility construction and licensing revocation